I mean, I'm ironing now while Prince Harry is under cross-examination at the law courts. I mean, out of all of them, at least he's having a go, isn't he? At least he is, you know, standing up to the establishment and the shitheads that make up part of the media establishment, like Piers Morgan and Jeremy Clarkson, and they've lost one of the other ones, haven't they, recently? We better not go there, we better not mention that situation, but at least Prince Harry is having a go, isn't he? I mean, he was ill-advised really. He shouldn't have been shouting his mouth off about shooting and killing Taliban in Afghanistan. But he's taken on the newspapers, and the newspapers under Murdoch have had us in the British Isles, at least, in by the cojones since before the headline, last person turn the light off, wasn't it? Regarding Neil Kinnock's election. I happened to see a YouTube video about the militant tendency in Liverpool in the early 80s. And at the time I lived maybe 22 miles from Liverpool, as the crow flies, 28 miles maybe. And I remember going to Liverpool, and I remember seeing the striking miners on the streets in Liverpool with their buckets. Unfortunately, I wasn't really, well, I was old enough to understand, because there were a lot of people younger than me, politically aware and politically active. But I was a bit cocooned, shall we say. And I wasn't as fiercely socialist and Republican as I am now. So a lot of people tend to get more conservative as they get older, but I have found that I've become more socialist and communist even. But yeah, this YouTube video, and it had Derek Hatton on it, and it had Peter Taft, and yeah, it was it just transported you back to Liverpool under Thatcher of the early 80s, and no wonder an organisation grew up that, you know, demanded, or that, because revolutionary action needed to be taken in Liverpool. The conditions, the living conditions were shocking for a lot of people. Hence the Toxteth riots. So, yeah, but you know, does history repeat itself? I mean, the establishment, it's almost as if they're prepared for like a revolutionary party. I mean, the closest thing recently obviously was Jeremy Corbyn, and giving hope to thousands, if not millions, of people who weren't traditional Labour members, but who just wanted to break away from the stranglehold of the upper class, the monarchy, the tax evaders up the top end there. They just wanted a fairer society, but a fairer society does not appeal to those who wield the power. A fair society means that they'd have to live on less money and they would have less power. So they're going to use whatever, they're puppet masters, aren't they? So they're going to use whatever puppets are at their disposal, whatever a man who is lost for words while he's doing the ironing. They're going to use whatever tagline, whatever populist. They're going to use a populist tagline, strapline. They're going to use that to blame and shame. And it's going to be such a taboo populist tagline because of historical horrors. You know, you're not going to be, you can't fight back. They've got you over a barrel. But something is going to give, and whether something is going to give from the outside, whether it's going to be external forces that are going to make Britain think, wake up and smell the coffee, I don't know. But I mean, it doesn't appear that the people of the United Kingdom have the backbone. They've got too much to lose, haven't they? You know, they know how many years, 70 years and 10, and another 10, and a bit more if they're lucky. So they don't want to blow it by going out on the streets and getting arrested. You know, so they're going along with all this populist propaganda from this bloody right-wing government.